Would you like to proceed, Honoured Laureate? Perfect. Please, follow me.
Which is the most beautiful? This one has bright eyes. That one has a nice nose. And that one there has red lips. Oh, so frustrating. They're all gorgeous, but none quite live up to my standards. Now tell me, what do you think? Which doll stands out the most?
If we obey the divine will, does that really bring us luck?
Wonderful. As long as you follow the divinity, luck will surely be on your side. Now, for dessert, I present you with fortune cookies. This is the last riddle. The round hat. A girl dons her red dancing Now, all the riddles are in your hands. Whether the answers will rise like bubbles from the witch's cauldron, well, that's...
Now all the riddles are here, like fish returned to the sea. How would you free them from the maze? Let's see. A dusty, broken music box. A cog-like lucky coin. And a doll in a red hat. They're all out of production now. None of the music boxes these days use this kind of cog. Looks like these little trinkets are relics from the past. Good catch. As a girl, I used to while away those endless, quiet hours in the castle by playing. Perhaps some part of me still remembers what to do. No, I'm certain I still do.
The show begins.
What was that? My head. This pain's getting worse.
You've been under this influence far too long, especially in a place filled with spirits. I should have warned you sooner. You need a proper rest, and we're not far from Thessalio Fells. Come to my castle. I have potions there that can help ease the strain. Hope this can help you feel better. This potion is crafted from freshly crushed barnacle leaves, mixed with the sap of violaca, sea okra, and sea apple, all fermented in a glass vial. Each of these lovely plants is cultivated here, hand-picked, sorted, and blended by my own hands. As the poisonous ingredients entwine, their toxins soften over time, like nightmares transforming into the sweetest dreams. Don't worry, it's perfectly safe, and even delightful. Drink up, and rest a while. Though I may not be able to lift the curse binding you just yet, I can certainly help tame it for now. Ah, excuse me for a moment. It's time I tend to the flowers.
Intriguing artifacts.
Coordinates confirmed.
apple. Apple in the sea. Sea apple! Faster. Yeah. Jelly rose, round hat. Could the round hat worn by the girl in the riddle actually be a poisonous jelly rose Medusa? If that's true, then the ghost girls indeed have a connection to the Phasalias. I need to discuss this with Canterella.
Ah, you've made it here. I'm glad to see you're feeling better. Now, we can finally have a proper conversation. Did you come all this way for me? Or are you in search of the secret slumbering in the deep? Such greed. Rest assured, I'm here to unravel the secrets with you, as I promised.
What exactly are the sea apples and the jelly roses in the garden used for?
The crimson sea apple, also called the alluring reaper, is a dangerous plant. A single bite can lead to paralysis, suffocation, or the excruciating pain of a burnt throat and torn organs. As for the jelly roses, their blooms will transform into jelly rose medusae. These little ones can produce a neurotoxin that induces intense hallucinations, and in extreme cases, causes the body to seize and twist in a violent, uncontrollable dance of death. The two lethal plants have been meticulously nurtured by generations of the Phasalia family, flourishing within the gardens of Portoveno Castle for centuries.
So my guess was correct. The red apple in the second riddle refers to the sea apple, and the round hat in the last riddle points to the jelly rose Medusa. As for the first riddle, Siren's Song, the crown atop the mountain and the waterfall that cascaded into the depths below clearly points here. A crown-like castle that sits atop a jagged cliff with a waterfall rushing down. It seems the girls in the riddle were lured into the Portovino castle. The strange frequencies coming from the music box probably reflect the suffering of the ghost girls who were poisoned and tortured in the castle. But why? Why would the Phasalia family do this? I don't believe you'd engage in such senseless cruelty or take pleasure in others' suffering. There should be a reason behind this. Wait. There's one Phasalia tradition that might explain it. The Divine Trials. It's a ritual to select a maiden of extraordinary willpower, a Phasalia who can withstand the Thenodian's whispers. I assume such extreme methods were needed for the trials.
Well, I never imagined you'd solve the mystery so quickly. The truth behind the Ghost Girl riddle is none other than the grim secret of the Divine Trials. The blood and tears shed in these trials throughout the years have seeped into this castle and concocted what we now call the Sea of Ghosts. There, past and future intertwine, and Thessalia's ancient secrets cling to the cracks of time like grotesque scabs. With you by my side, I would relive that trauma and unfold the layers of forsaken time for a closer look. And if you find these scabs have somehow crept onto my very flesh and feel the need to cut them away, I'll place my full trust in you and leave it in your hands. Ever since I guided you to the sanctuary, you've seen through me, and all that the Thessalia family conceals. I've witnessed you cleanse the chaos of the inverted tower, restoring order to the heavens and seas. Now, the answers we seek lie in the depths of fierce undercurrents. Will you join me and dive into the deep sea? Your wisdom, courage, and kindness, no matter how deep the waters, always shine through. Once we enter the sea, I'll be right by your side, tightly. No poisonous creature shall harm you, for you are the one I've chosen. Excellent. Together we dive into the Sea of Ghosts.
Is this still Portovino Castle? Something feels off.
Yes and no. The past has spilled into the present here. The overflowing frequencies have enveloped the entire castle, forming this sonora, the Sea of Ghosts. The voices of the ghosts rise faintly from the depths, like the soft pop of a bursting bubble. Piece together these fragile clues, and the answers will emerge on their own. But do take caution. One wrong step in these murky depths, and we may be drawn into an endless abyss. With a bit of light, though, we can hold back the darkness. Though the black of the sea is overwhelming, I've managed to preserve the last ray of light. You see, light is something that darkness can never fully devour. As long as it flickers, it can guide us out. I, Canterella Thessalia, hereby grant you unrestricted passage through Portovino Castle. Let us explore and weave through the past and future. We are now in a fragment of the past. You've done well. The past that emerges from the Sea of Ghosts is not entirely real. It only reveals what it chooses to show, which means we must uncover the hidden truth ourselves. Spirits bound in the cracks of time, wander no more. Please Set them free with the light. They've been trapped here for far too long. Oh, this will be fun. That tickles. Pulls from the boots. Quite the standard, I see.
Listen up. Imitation. I can use some fertilizer.
Variable elimination. Disruption. Faster. Disruption.
Silence. I'm no stranger to this sensation.
Leave it to me.
Tear them to pieces. Cleave it. Crush them.
A potion that can grant any wish. Sounds familiar. The girls must have been lured here by such impossible promises. Canterella, since you were part of the trials yourself, why not just...
There. We are surrounded by twisted frequencies. It seems they're guiding us towards the truth of the divine trials. And that truth holds the key to solving the Ghost Girl mystery. During the trials, the ever-present abyss silently watched over us. I can feel the sonorosphere has recreated that. If I were to reveal everything about the past all at once, this sonoro could grow unstable, or even collapse, drowning us in its wake. To keep us safe, we must tread carefully and avoid taking reckless actions. So let's listen carefully to what the sea is trying to tell us. The divine trials stand as yet tales of these girls' parents are often offered a generous sum of money or sweet promises as compensation. Behind this intricate web stands the late head of Thessalia. To him, the Thessalia daughters who had been replaced were nothing more than substitutes, however. He considered rough gems that could be polished into dazzling jewels. For him, regardless of blood, the maiden must be a Thessalia. Sleep in the whispers of silence.
Integration initiated. Pierce through the stars.
This book looks familiar. Just put it back on the right shelf, like how you did before.
Faster.
Well done. You never disappoint me. They say most questions can be answered. To avoid the watchful eyes, the girls formed secret pacts in whispers. Hum a special tune. Use the right color. Knock on the door 3 times every Tuesday. In the cold, unfathomable sea, they clung to each other, seeking warmth and comfort. The little fish huddled close, unaware of who might vanish or what tomorrow would bring.
Watch out.
Oh, this will be fun. Shh. Silence. Riptides claim you.
Faster.
The Phasalia family is years of exposure. We are no longer merely the bearers of poison. We become the poison itself.
Faster.
Sweet dreams, girls. May you rest in peace.
Integration initiated.
My field of expertise.
Blue! Imitation.
Tear me to pieces. I've had enough. Get lost.
Variable elimination. Disruption.
Maybe try knocking 3 times, as the girls once did. Knock. It seems safe here. We can catch our breath amid the surging undercurrents. Even in the depths of the sea, there would be a place for resting, like the eye of a storm. Perhaps we should take a moment to explore this room. It seems like an ideal setting to gather our thoughts, or simply rest. Young girls are always brimming with dreams. Though their bodies are caged, their hearts take flight, winging freely through realms of They recorded these ideas on paper, each word melting into a sweet candy to soothe their sorrows. I still remember there was a bookshelf that kept many such pure, sweet fantasies. Every girl came from different backgrounds, each with their own unique personality, yet the same determination. Even as poison gnawed at their bodies, they never lost faith in a future where freedom might bloom. Before opening the door, have you ever imagined a scene where seawater rushes out, flooding everything before you? But for now, I don't think that will happen. We haven't quite reached the deep waters. Should we go now and see what the jellyfish are trying to say? Lovely. Don't forget to knock 3 times. Darkness breeds the unknown, and the unknown gives birth to fear. In a place like this, the only anchor you can rely on is the faint light by your side. But can the glimmers from these delicate drifters truly light up the entire sea? It seems like fate insists we move as one, side by side. In the realm of poison, none can rival the jelly rose a scent I know well. They tend to be wary when alone, their nerves quick to tingle at the slightest, but worry not. I know what to do. Ah, I know this bookshelf well. Today it seems ambitious, hungry enough to devour 2 books at once. One titled Past, the other Present. Are we prisoners to the insatiable appetite for knowledge, or to the ever-expanding void? Yet I trust your eyes. They'll see through the tricks hidden within. Surge a deep tide. Oh, this will be fun. Sink into the endless deep. Luck does seem to an empty shell. The remnants that past has left behind. Just one more to go. The shadow cast by present. This one isn't picky. It... Now both past and present are ours. Go ahead. Knock upon the door where future lies. Why not savor this? Oh, frightened away. Our lethal yet delicate little friend. Looks like we need to handle these 2 first. Poison to thrust forth in fury. That tickles. Try not to blink. Why not savor this? Surge of deep tides. Lebanon. She was such a timid girl. Like a frightened rabbit, she'd peek out from behind Mandragora, her little face half hidden. She cried so often. Such a good girl, really. So I couldn't bring myself to refuse her. Had I not drunk it, the abyss closing in on us would have taken us both. The tea itself, well, it was tolerable. Certainly better than sea apple, whether it was her tears that softened the poison, or my body's quiet resilience. I recovered. Only through suffering could the girls of the trials steal a fleeting moment of peace. Forgive me. I shouldn't linger in memories. Our delicate little friend seems to have slipped above us. I'll find us. What we want has a way of appearing when least expected. Luck does seem to favor you. Look, there it is, just a step away. It seems everyone desires the deadliest jellyfish. Expired obsessions rarely know when to stop. Why not savor this? Sink into the endless deep. Feel the tide fall. Call from the abyss.
Listen up. Grow for me. Going against wind. Going against wind.
Faster. Does anything here catch your interest?
Oh, this will be fun. Surge of deep tides. Mandragora. Oh, please don't misunderstand. She clung to every teaching of the head of our family. I saw the weight of what she gave for that trial. So, when she served me the scone, dipped in the essence of jelly rose, I didn't hesitate. She was much tougher than Hebanon, but still, behind her unwavering gaze, I caught a flicker of reluctance. As for the poison, the sensation was I felt like I was drowning in slow waves, my body twitching without control, and and somewhere within that haze I saw us transformed. Birds, perhaps, dancing on a sunlit shore. But then I woke up. What a divine breeze. Seems like this little one is ready for a duel, trying to take your life with its venom. But I despise unnecessary fights. Yes, just place it gently here. Nothing to fret about, dear. I've long since made my peace with poison. This jellyfish, a remnant of the past, can't harm me now. You have such a kind heart. Always ready to take on burdens, even while carrying your own. But some weights belong only to those who've already weathered their storms. So, let me bear this one. See? I'm fine. Come now. We've more to uncover. Jellyfish have no voice. They simply drift in the tide, struggling to let their faint glow disperse the darkness. Yet, here it is, a small shimmer of light. Ah, it seems a subtle shift has taken place. I can smell danger. Let's look closely and see what new presence lingers here.
Faster.
The waves came crashing, eager to snuff out every spark they found. Poison and whispers slithered in. Sweet dreams were shelved away.
Faster.
Roll for me.
My field of expertise. Watch him run. Don't blink!
Listen up.
There's a weight to the air behind. A mixture of whispers from the deep, dried tears, and the stale, lingering scent of behind. This is the deep water zone. Are you ready to face the relentless surges? The place, it will be dark and murky there. Please stay close to me.
Final performance? Begin soon? Help me. Bring the round hat.
No, it's merely some old memories resurfacing. When I entered this place, I knew that certain memories would seek me out. Seems I'm not as resilient as I thought. Here, the past and future, the chaotic frequencies here. Let's try once more, gently. Oh, this will be fun. Call from the abyss. That tickles. Hey? To sunken depths. Who will sink into the depths with me? Feel the tide pull. We've scoured. It seems the round hat isn't here. Who will sink into the depths with me? Oh, this will be fun. Engulfed by sea's venom. surge of deep tides. Call from the abyss. Why not savor this,
At long last, the final performance.
Dance and fight.
The maiden's crown will soon appear.
And rest upon one among you.
Round hat for you. Take them.
Round hat. Thank you. Odd, but thank you. The final performance begins now. Go. The front.
Showtime. Need light. Light. Lamp.
No worries. We'll try again.
You must be Annis. And also Girl A, who couldn't speak but managed to send me that message. You want me to find her?
We better watch ourselves. They might have tricks up their sleeves we can't even imagine.
How dare she show up in the town after everything they did?
Will the lost souls truly return home?
watch ourselves. They might have tricks up their sleeves we can't even imagine.
How dare she show up in the town after everything they did?
The canterella I know is unbreakable. She will never falter, even if you drown her with all these malicious whispers. And you certainly won't shake me either.
But can the glimmers from these delicate drifters truly light up the entire sea? Yes, just place it gently here. I, Canterella Phasalia, value every promise I made to you, and vow to see them through. Besides, there are certain places that only you may be able to reach. Come now.
All those years of lying and scheming, and what have you gained? A tarnished reputation. You could have walked away from this, Canterella. I still remember the little you. The youngest, the most neglected of all the Thessalias. You always lingered by your cauldron, and only smiled when a bird fluttered past the window. You despise this place, don't you? But the blood in your veins, it binds you, holds you prisoner in this endless nightmare. You loathe our rules, yet they have already seeped into your very existence. Tell me, have you ever considered leaving? Let go of this burden that crushes you, and you'll be free as air, free to live the life you've longed for.
My dear lord, I have already gifted you the sweetest of dreams. But why do you still cling to this earthly burden? You watched with satisfaction as I climbed over the fallen, ascended the steps to glory, and wore the thorned crown.
Illusions are no match for poison, Canterella. False bubbles burst.
Well, you see, illusions can also lead to true beauty. Your obsession, corrupted by whispers, has become a shadow over the castle. A deluge of delusions that shouldn't exist in this world. I can feel the pain those whispers inflicted upon you. Allow me to free you from them. Once more.
Watch out.
The abyss may result.